What's going on, everybody? King of Dragons 5000 here, coming at you with another figure review. Today we'll be having a look at the Hasbro G.I. Joe Classified Amazon exclusive Heavy Artillery Roadblock. And so here we have the Amazon exclusive G.I. Joe Classified Roadblock out of the packaging. Before we take a look at the figure, let's actually run through his accessories really fast. Roadblock does come with a helmet, which does fit on his head nicely. I do like the design on it. It looks really good on the figure. He also does come with a Desert Eagle, which he can hold in either of his hands, which looks really good. I wish it had a little more paint on it, but that's unfortunately the way it is. And it does store in his side holster, which is really good. His final accessory is, of course, his mini turbo gun. The Gatling gun looks really good. I love this accessory, and it does come with a little drum that you can remove in case you don't want him having that. Other than that, Roadblock here doesn't come with anything else. I would like to see some more armor, some more something to make him more heavy artillery, because I feel like the minigun just isn't enough for Roadblock. So with that out of the way, guys, let's actually move on to his details. So here we have a closer look at Roadblock, and I do have him with the helmet on just so you guys can see what he looks like. It's a really nice helmet. I love the designs on it. They did an exceptional job with the sculpt work. I don't know if you can see right here, but they actually sculpted all the detailing right here on the chin strap. That is just phenomenal detail, and I gotta give them props for that. They even sculpted the little plastic clip right here really accurately, and then where it would clip on right over to that side. That is an enormous amount of detail, so really good job by Hasbro, especially with Roadblock here. So taking his helmet off just so we can take a closer look at the figure. I really do like this head sculpt. Now I know Roadblock has had two other figures. We've had one in the main line. We've had the Cobra Island Roadblock, which looks like Kimbo Slice. I think this is a really good rendition of Roadblock. It does have that classic feel to it, which I am happy about. I really wasn't too big into G.I. Joe growing up. I think the only ones I really collected were the Ninja characters and Cobra Commander. I think this is a really nice figure, and they did an exceptional job with the head. The mustache and the goatee are painted really nice, as well as the eyebrows. I especially love the color of eyes that they gave him. They kind of look purple, which is a really interesting color to go with. I'm honestly surprised that it looks as nice as it does. I mean, purple eyes are really hard to capture on figures, and this one looks like they did a really good job on it. So with that out of the way, let's actually move on to his fatigue or his uniform. Not that G.I. Joe actually has a uniform. They're like the most relaxed military branch in the history of the United States. I mean, they don't even have a dress code. Taking a look at his top, he does have a camouflage pattern going throughout the figure, which looks really good. It goes all the way around, and it's this really nice jungle green, which I think they should have added some black in here just to give it more of that camo vibe. I mean, when I think camouflage, I think of dark green, light green, and black. Maybe some white, but yeah, a little more color would have been really good for this figure. But that's not saying that the shirt isn't done well. What it does very good. You can see he does have a harness on him, which does have two pouches right here and two grenades. I'm guessing these are gas grenades, and they do fit on nicely. Unfortunately, they're not removable. They're sculpted onto the strap right here, which I feel like the strap is one of the weakest things about this figure. I know it's really classic inspired, but yeah, there's something about the way the strap works that doesn't really work all too well. If you raise the belt too high, the strap starts floating, and I have noticed that it really doesn't want to sit flush like it's supposed to. It's supposed to sit I'm guessing like that, but you can see it wants to lean off to the sides every so often, and I'm trying to figure out a way to fix that, but I can't right now. I don't know what I'm doing wrong, but yeah, the harness does have a mind of its own and wants to move to whatever side it feels more comfortable on. Really do like the arms on him. I do believe these are the first arms that they used on the original Roadblock figure. I don't know. I don't have it yet. I am going to end up getting it, but right now this is the only figure I have to compare it with. And really do like the vascular look of it. He looks like some guy that you don't want to mess with. I mean, with a code name like Roadblock, yeah, that's not somebody you want to run into if you're a Cobra trooper. So really like these gloves on him. They did a fantastic job sculpting these gloves. They do have some designs on them. They look like military issued gloves where they have the knuckles right here hardened just so it defends you and protects you better. And these do look like military grade gloves, so really good job there. His harness right here, you can see it has that clip right there, and then has some padding right there on the side, almost like a weight belt. And then we have another pouch here. Could be a radio, could be rations, could be whatever you want it to be. We move on to his pants, which I feel they're kind of bright and not the right color. At least overall, they don't look like they go with this figure. It's like he found whatever pants were just lying on the ground and had to wear those, just because I don't like this color of brown. It's like a brownish reddish color. I think a darker brown, maybe even black pants would work with the look of the figure. But I guess if he's in a jungle environment, this would work. I mean, hide in the branches, hide in the leaves. I don't know, there's something about the color of the pants that could have been done differently. If they were maybe gray or black, or even had a camouflage on them, I think that would work better. Not saying the pants don't look good. The pants have this really nice sculpt to them. That's something I want to point out about this figure. He has sculpt work everywhere. If the shirt is sculpted, the pants are sculpted, the belts are sculpted. Sculpting everywhere, even the holster right here, which does look like an actual military grade holster. It's big, it's blocky, it looks like it's gonna hold a 50 cal weapon. So yeah, I do like that. The pouches here do look good, and like I said, you can see the texturing all throughout his pants as the train goes by. I do apologize about that. We do have these clips right here on his leg around the holster. We do have that little part that helps steady the holster so it's not moving around everywhere. No knee pads on this particular version of Roadblock, which is surprising because we saw knee pads on most of the G.I. Joe figures, so wondering why they didn't include it with this figure. We go on to his boots, and he does appear to be wearing shin guards. As you can see right here, they are armored right here in the front, and then they do have straps on the back. But overall, really do like the boots. They are the only things that feel combat ready. I don't think you'd want to be going into combat with bare arms and a muscle shirt without any body armor. But if you're facing Cobra agents, they're not really that competent, so I guess it's perfectly fine to go out like this. But yeah, Roadblock here looks really nice. I think the one thing he's missing is a combat knife. That's probably the one thing I would have found a way to include, is just give him a combat knife, because, you know, he's a G.I. Joe. They need combat knives. But overall, really happy with the look of this figure. So with that out of the way, guys, let's actually get them compared to other figures you may have in your collection. And so here we have Roadblock posed next to a Marvel Legends Cyclops and a DC Multiverse Superman. Here we have Roadblock posed next to a WWE Elite Scale figure and a Mezco 1/12 Collective Popeye the Sailor Man. And finally, here we do have Roadblock posed next to a Lightning Collection White Ranger and a Star Wars Black Series Mandalorian. So with the comparisons out of the way, let's actually move on to his articulation, and Roadblock has an impressive amount of articulation. He does have a ball hinge at the head, which he looks really high up. I really do like that. That's some really good movement. Looking down, let's see, it's superb, fantastic. I do like that. Now he can turn left and right, which does work fine. And then it does move freely on that ball joint. We do have some slight head tilt, which looks good. Then we also do have a ball joint here at the neck, so he can look up even further. Can look down a little bit further, and that's really impressive. That's some good articulation there. We do have a butterfly joint here at his shoulder, so it does move back and forward. And it's a really nice functioning butterfly joint. I do like the way it looks and the way it functions. Arm does go out to the side, no problem, as you can see right there. Does go all the way around. Does have a bicep swivel. He does have a double bend at the elbow, which is pretty good range. I do like that. I wonder if he can get further than that. No. His bicep is pretty massive, so it does prevent movement past that. But overall, we get some really nice range. Now, this is the only part of articulation I'm disappointed in. He has a swivel and in and out hinge with his wrist. I would have liked to see an up and down hinge just for the weapons. That is a little bit unfortunate. He does have a superb ab crunch, which goes back, goes forward, right there. As you can see, that works fine. Then we do have a ball joint here at the waist, so he does pivot side to side, tilts back, tilts forward, so we get some really good range here. Just like with Snake Eyes, the articulation on this figure is phenomenal. We do have the drop down hips right here, which do help the legs go forward and back. They go out to the side, no problem. We do have a thigh swivel up high, double bend at the knee. It's a little bit stiff, doesn't go all the way, but that's only because his fatigues are pretty thick, so you don't get full range right there, but it's respectable. We do have a boot swivel here with Roadblock, and it does go back. Not too far forward because the armor does get in the way, which is unfortunate. I wonder if we can manipulate that. No, there's no manipulating the joint to go further, unfortunately. But we do have forward-facing pin for rocker ankle, so overall, superb articulation here from Roadblock. So what we're going to do now is get him posed for my final thoughts, and then we'll wrap up this review. And so here we do have the G.I. Joe Classified Amazon exclusive Heavy Artillery Roadblock posed for my final thoughts, and overall Hasbro has done an amazing job with this figure. Now this is the first time I'm actually messing with a Roadblock figure. I do have the standard figure on its way from Big Bad Toy Store. Haven't tried out the Target exclusive one yet, but I haven't seen that one, so my only experience with the Roadblock figure is this one. Now I know one major complaint that came out of the mainline Roadblock and the Target Roadblock was his weapons. They didn't include his minigun. This one comes with the minigun, and I am really happy with it. It looks really good. If I had one complaint about both the Desert Eagle and the minigun, it's that they're both in this like army green color. I would have liked to see them more in a realistic color, maybe black with some silver paint on them. Even a silver would look good, but overall I'm still happy with the way this figure came out. The helmet fits on his head beautifully without looking like it's an oversized prop. The minigun works for what it is, as well as the Desert Eagle. A little bit of paint or just black accessories would have gone a long way with this figure, but as it stands, Roadblock here is a phenomenal figure, and I am really happy I did pick him up. Now I am getting into the G.I. Joe line. It's one line that I wanted to get into but was questioning it, but now that I'm actually diving into it, I'm really happy that I picked up Roadblock. He's a really nice figure, and if you are looking for the Heavy Artillery Roadblock, he is an Amazon exclusive figure. I do know that Hasbro offered him on Hasbro Pulse for a little bit, but he sold out within like 10 minutes. When he was on Amazon, he did sell out in like a couple days, so it's not like this figure wasn't in high demand. It's just that a lot of people didn't find out about him until it was too late and his pre-order sold out. If you are looking for the Heavy Artillery Roadblock, now unfortunately he is sold out on Amazon, and the only way you can pick him up is through secondary Amazon sellers, and they are already selling this figure for $90. That is outrageous for a figure that just barely came out. I just barely got the shipping notice for this guy like 3 days ago, so the fact that they're already charging $90 for him is insane, but just shows you the insane popularity of the G.I. Joe Classified line. If you were lucky enough to pre-order this guy, you do have a really awesome figure in your hand. If not, I would say be patient. Amazon will be restocking these at the time I'm making this video. Yes, they are sold out at the moment, but if you're patient enough, Amazon will restock Roadblock here, and you can pick them up when the reorders come in. Don't pay scalper prices. Don't feed into the scalpers is the best thing I can say. So with that being said, guys, I'm KingofDragons 5000. Don't forget to like this video, leave a comment, subscribe to my channel. Go ahead and check out all my other action figure reviews as well as all my other G.I. Joe videos. Hopefully you find them informative. As always, if there's a figure you would like to see me review, let me know down in the comments, and if it fits in my collection, I'll gladly have a look at it. While you're at it, check out my Instagram account for new and exciting action figure photos, and as always, ring that bell to be notified every time I upload a video. Until next time, guys, I'll see you later. Take care, everyone.